Now then, people, welcome back to another episode of the White Rose Rivals. As you can see, we're a little bit thin on the ground tonight.
Bit like top of our heads, Joe.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We are.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, Matt, I don't say that, mate.
Yeah, we'll start with hair chat because Ryan looks like a new man, doesn't he? We've gone from
what
Jimmy
3
Bullard
points does to you, mate.
Huh?
That's what an home win does to you.
I know, amazing, mate.
The thing is, it'll get long again by the time the next one comes round. So
Were you growing that until you had a home win? Was that the thing? Or?
Well, yeah, but don't tell anyone.
Ryan, how do you score a goal? You'll have to tell us at home. Can you explain out what you have to do to win a game at home? Do you have to? The ball has to go over past the other goalkeeper, doesn't it? I think.
Yeah, well, you need to actually play a bit in your midfield as well,
right?
And then you get forward, and if you actually shoot, sometimes it goes in.
It goes in that goal, right? I'll have to see. I've been trying to look up rules of football there.
Yeah, I'll take you for extensive research after this.
Cheers, mate. Yeah, cool. Thank
you. While we're on miracles as well and scoring goals and stuff.
Sure.
Last week.
Crisis at Leeds. You've dropped some points.
We'll get there. We'll get there. But Rotherham hadn't won a Saturday 3 p.m.
There we go.
3 years. I actually put you on my accumulator because
and there's still one because of that.
And you fucking won, and I was like, no. God's sake! But Matt, that you must 2 on the spin as well.
Big week. We were 1-0 down inside 10 minutes, and the live table put us 3 points off relegation zone. So there was a panic everywhere for 10 minutes. But yeah, buzzing to get. It's one of the last monkeys we've had on us back over the last 2 or 3 years. Yeah, 92nd minute winner as well. You know, you couldn't ask for much more in terms of doing that. Nombe got the goal, got the first one as well. And yeah, we can maybe look forward. We don't have to talk about all these crap records anymore. We can look forward and everything else. It's a great moment for the club. And, Steve Evans, fist pumps back out again as they go. So.
Sure. I listened to Radio Sheffield that way back because I thought, I'm interested to see how he's going. And he couldn't resist. He just started going on about Bristol Rovers. I'll tell you a lot about the Bristol Rovers. They're the biggest club in Bristol. I'll tell you that. It's I thought, what's he trying to do? It's mate, you've won your first away game for 300 years on a Saturday. Enjoy the moment. So he's trying to I don't understand why. I don't know if some Bristol City fans had smashed him up way home or let his tyres down or something. He was just Bristol, and I'll tell you what, they're a bigger club than Bristol City. I thought, oh mate, why are you doing it? You can't resist. What are you doing, man? You've won.
When we win, though, I can get on. Lots comes with Steve Evans, but when you win like that, he can say what he wants. He can wind anybody up. He can do what he wants today. Steve, don't mind.
Bristol City, Ryan might get backlash of that. Bristol City are fired up now because of Steve.
Isn't it? Might just see the receiving end of Steve Evans, the domino effect. Him running his mouth where you get 4-0.
Yeah.
True. Has he dared to mention the playoffs again with you winning 2 on the spin?
No. Thankfully not.
There's still a lot of time.
If we win on Saturday, I think we're 14 points
away
off.
At Wrexham.
Away at Wrexham, yeah. The Opta give us a 0.4% chance of going up to the playoffs at the minute. So I don't fancy it. But strange things happen in football, to be fair. If we go and win 9 out of 10, that's not out of that question. I don't think that'll happen, to be clear. But yeah, I think if there's a chance for Evans to start talking up himself and his own team, he will take the opportunity. And again, if we win 3 games in a row, and next Saturday we'll have Exeter or rubbish, you've got a chance of 4, and then you've got a chance of something else, and things can get away from themselves. But we're safe. Well, I think we've not mathematically, but we don't have to worry about the bottom 4 anymore. I think we're 12 points clear of that. Whatever, that's never going to get taken over by those down there. So season's done for us now. I think boring, but it's
done. Yeah. So with that in mind, then, how would you assess it, mate? Because obviously there was probably hope of you maybe, bouncing straight back or whatever. And it's been a bit of a shit show, hasn't it, really?
Yeah, it's still basically a disaster of a season. you want to be challenging. When you come down, no matter what league you've come down, and unless you're in administration or financial troubles, you should always be looking at the top end of the table. You know, I don't always have to look at Luton, but you should be aiming for that area of the table. And our budget's a reasonable budget. It's not, I don't think it's fantastic, but it's a pretty good budget at that level. We've misspent on the free signings. We've misspent the money we've had. Evans is lucky to be still in a job. I think if the circumstances were different, he would be gone, different chairman, whatever else the case would be. But if you give Steve Evans enough chances, he will eventually get it right. And we found this out last time when the transfer window was a bit more flexible. He'll keep the players that know how to play under Steve Evans. I think a lot of players struggle with that because of his unique style. I think a lot of players struggle to deal with him. So he'll get rid of the players that can't deal with him. They'll get some more, which I hope he can. And then we'll go from there, hopefully. Next season will be better. If he's still here, next season will be better. I guarantee that. I don't know how much better. I don't know if it will be a playoff push or whatever else, but it will be better. And again, how patient the ownership is going to be, and is the cash available to spend? There'll be no Birmingham, so there's a space open there. Hopefully, no Wrexham. So there's no Huddersfield will be Huddersfield will be the big spenders probably next year. So hopefully a bit more chance to be challenging with the top end. But
so. Cossie, how do you feel there?
Is that your way of saying that Hull City aren't going down then?
Oh, you'll be fine, mate. You're safe. Take it from me. It's fine.
I was just going to say it's his way of writing off Huddersfield completely there as well. So
National World Book Day, isn't it? Can we talk about books and who was your favourite author? Everyone's been going on Instagram with like a book with the kids in it and that as well. This is my book and that, yeah. Just writing down.
My son was Harry Potter, man. My son was Harry Potter.
Oh, Joe, I hope you got it on social media, mate. If it didn't go on Facebook, it didn't count, mate, for me.
It is on social media, I'm not going to lie.
How many likes he got, mate? He must have a few. 40, 50, come on, mate. It's unbelievable. I can't remember this being a thing back in my day.
It wasn't, man.
42 when I was going to school, but it's and then it's International Women's Day on Saturday, so I'm hoping because Huddersfield women are doing well, so I'm thinking we should swap teams at Bristol Rovers on Saturday, play with his women team because they're on a bit of a roll, mate. And honestly, Joe, I'll tell you what though, when stuff ain't going right, I don't know if you've seen the goal or not, but Stephen Fletcher were like sat with their stands. He just walked back on pitch and tapped it in. It's like, and it should have been offside. Officials have apologised for a cock up, but you know, it doesn't get us any points and stuff. But to be fair, best way they got is a draw. But honestly, it's incredible. Nearly 10 hours without a goal at home. It's just unbelievable. Like, it's
mental.
It is. Honestly, injuries galore. It's amazing. Again, 2 more injuries. Corona first half. That bench and that. You know, when physio puts his mic, you know he's done his calf. He's out for 6 weeks. And the guy who got sent off, a young centre half on loan from Wolves, he's out as well. It's just amazing. I thought Wrexham were average. I think going to be clipped out. I didn't think they were all good, Matt. Honestly, Matt, if you play like on Saturday, you've got a chance. I didn't think they were all good. No, the beaters, they were a bit of a burgle job. But I've been told this we're slipping away. But it's like if we were playing them at playoffs, I wouldn't fear them, especially if we had some guys back. But ultimately, we've got to get in there. And again, it was a bad week because Nathan Jones jumping in stands. Did you see that other day when he was jumping in stands and that?
Loved it, didn't he? Yeah. To be fair, 2 goals, 92 and 94 minutes to winning goals.
Where's he at now, Nathan Jones?
Charlton, isn't he?
Charlton. They're on a bit of a roll, Joe. But I don't know if you've seen the video, but last week he jumped in crowd when they got I mean, to be fair, 92nd, 94th minute goals to win it. It's pretty incredible. But they're on a bit of a roll, mate. And Bolton, Schumacher. You know what? At third tier level, some good managers knocking about. I think we on about it last week, didn't we? But there's some canny operators and stuff as well. I think obviously it's like the game's changed. I mean, even your mate Frank is doing a job at commentary, and they're on fire now. And I think what's happened is kind of like knocking the others down in like to League One and stuff. And it's difficult, but obviously Wrexham, Phil Parkinson, they're good at what they do. They're kind of solid and unspectacular. But Stephen Fletcher, you remember that young striker? I don't know if you've ever heard of him. Played at Sunderland, but yeah, it's bad, mate. But you know what? We got clapped off to do this because they played well, but it just isn't happening. And I'm glad we're away on Saturday. But can we get it playoffs? I think it looked an absolute certainty. Like a few weeks ago.
Weeks ago, it did, didn't it?
It's all changed, Joe, since I said the
top 2.
Top 2.
You said top 2.
Yeah, I'm taking full responsibility for this.
Because Bolton and Charlton either side of you have got a game in hand on you, haven't they?
Yeah, and they've got the old beautiful momentum, the beautiful Mo. But the thing is, we'll play at Bristol Rovers on Saturday, and Rotherham won there. So got on the Saturday at 3:00. So hopefully we can follow them in. And Bristol City. And I can't believe that. I mean, Hull and Huddersfield at the same place. Remember a few years ago, they wouldn't even let them play at 3:00 a few years ago and stuff. You had to get your tickets from outside most services. So there's no trouble. But no, it's all going south fast. But his owner's over, Joe. He flew over for the game. But you know what, though, Joe? Like again, he's put his money in, fair to him. But in November, mate. He did a video like he's done so many, and it's like he said, right, 5th is not good enough, like for Huddersfield. And I get what he's trying to say. Says we should be going for top 2, but ever since then, mate, it's like everyone just seems like they're haunted playing at home and pressure and. I just didn't think it needed saying, mate, but then he'd say, well, hang a minute, mate, I'll give you 3 million for a striker from Luton on there and create a new Dion Charles has been a disaster, mate. We're through one-on-one. He had scored a goal, this guy, but through one-on-one, mate, on Tuesday night, but he went into car park, did his finish, mate, with a disaster. And it's not good, mate. 12 games to go. We've got to get it done. But
big time.
It's Bristol Rovers away. I think that's not a bad game to have, to be fair. I know they're scrapping down there, but hopefully we can get a win there. But then they've got 2 home games. We're probably playing Crawley. But honestly, Joe, I think if we were playing a team, just Joe football show, mate, I think at home, I don't think we could score. But I'll at the back and Shane attack. Just...
Well, maybe Mr. Nagel was over for the announcing of the new sponsor, mate. We've got to give it a bash.
What's he doing here?
I'm sober here, This is Tuesday afternoon.
All the while. The field of trees. Viva Custody! Bloody down the way. All the top and sing. Viva Custody!
I've got to give it some context. I've got to give it some context. Jesus. Yeah, we've got Umbro's finally been sacked off. I'm quite fussy about kits and stuff. I know some people don't give an absolute toss about who makes your shirts and all that, but I do. And we're going to Castore, but apparently their shirts rip all the time, don't they, and stuff. Everyone's binning them off, aren't they? But so that was my way of putting myself in for the modelling of the unveiling of the kit, Joe. So hopefully I'm going to be modelling it. Like they always have a funky unveiling video these days. I don't just walk out in a kit. I put my hat into the ring, George. You've seen there. So what do you reckon?
Yeah, man, good. I like the tune as well. Viva Castore.
I know. Yeah, mate, we're struggling to raise spirits, so it's all about kits and stuff like that as well. But it's I can't believe it's
Umbro no good then. Umbro no good.
I think they're just pretty dull, Umbro. But you know what? I like a bit of a change, me, to be honest with you. I'm all into retro. This is an old kit we had in the 90s and stuff that's been brought back up. So I love a bit of retro, mate. But I'd rather have a win some 3 points at home. Look at that. There.
That's a proper one, isn't it?
That is a shirt, that. Honestly, mate.
I love a bit of retro, me as well.
Yeah. So they've got Matt's got his retro, and Joe has got no retro. But
they're all in the wardrobe, mate. I can go grab them if you want. While we're on about clothes, actually, Ben has asked, how's the tumble dryer?
Mate. Good. 73 minutes for 6 towels to be done. That's not a bad effort, that is it? In fact, I'm going to watch, rather than go to Huddersfield Crawley next week, I think I'm going to watch a tumble dryer for 73 minutes. That'd be all right, wouldn't it?
Probably more interesting.
But, good. No, thanks for asking, Ben. But nice and quiet and all. That would be a good thing as well. So I didn't need to turn my radio up much. And, money well spent, mate. Yeah. But today, I bought a phone case for £45. What's the world coming to? I was laughing my head off. But how's the phone cases cost £45 now?
What kind is it?
It's one of those ones where if you drop it from Empire State's building, it smash. Yeah. So on Bristol Rovers on Saturday, I'm gonna climb up floodlight and chuck it and see if it hits one of our strikers.
Why do you need one that robust?
Yeah, I don't know. It had everything. It and it's good for the environment and all this. But I just want £45 for a phone case. It's like what
That's insane.
But then if you get one for a tenner or whatever from York, I went to York today. It's like York Market. there's always a dodgy guy with market and stuff. Theirs looks horrendous. I think if you dropped it, your phone would be done. But yeah, this all came about because obviously this is an advert for alcohol free here, but when I went to Malaga the other week, I tripped over a pavement and my phone went flying. Mate, proper. This is what happens when you get old, isn't it, mate? You know, so hopefully I get a few discounts for some away games and stuff soon for pensioners and that. But yeah, no, bring it on. Yeah, but Ryan, talk about Hull Plymouth, man, because that was a massive game, and it sounded like you won in good style and all.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. We looked strong, and it's the most professional we've looked at in a long time. Like that. I mean, they had a shot in where the first shot was the 95th minute. So it just shows we kept them at bay. Don't get me wrong. It was a dodgy decision for the second goal, but we've had enough go against us this season. So it all comes and goes around, doesn't it? First goal, Maka. It's so good to actually, after an home win, because honestly, I've got to the point where I don't expect anything. All the team was just ticking, and Gus Puerta, I don't know how much you know, but basically, this Gus Puerta is on loan from Leverkusen, and Regan Slater, he don't really cut the mustard in terms of like that, your technical midfielder. Do you know what I mean? He's just a grafter. He's been getting started of the lad from Leverkusen, but there was a rumour that we don't know if we want to sign him or not for the fee that we agreed with him. So we aren't playing him again because of the obligation to buy. So he's been getting dropped for like the last six to 8 games, I'd say, when everyone's calling for him to start. And then he started last night, and you're seeing all these posts on social media saying, "Oh, if he drops a stinker, will everyone shut up about the sun shining out of his ass?" And he just dropped an absolute worldie. Like, he was just explosive through the middle. Every chance he got, he's pinging it out to the wings. He's getting stuck in. It was promising, and going into a game next time against Bristol City, it's not an easy game going to Ashton Gate, is it? So I think us leading into that, we'll be up for it, I reckon.
And Joffrey scored again, did he not?
Oh mate, I've fallen in love with a lone player again. I think we'll keep him though. But then on my TikTok, quite a couple of people have been commenting that that Leeds would rather keep him than Matteo Joseph.
Yeah.
And I thought he was meant to be shit up. But
yeah.
But go on.
Like, I think Matteo's got one more goal than Joffrey, so people are rewriting history and saying, well, you know, Joffrey's not even that good. Joseph isn't that good, but they're a different profile of player, man. I don't even know. What position would you say Joffrey is? He's 9, he's 10.
Wherever we need him.
Right. What's that?
Honestly, he's just on free roam. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He ends up on the left. He ends up on the right. He plays through the middle for a little bit. I noticed that him and Cal Joseph was going on the left a lot, and then they kept switching round between the three of them. So, yeah, it's interesting, but I really like him. I really hope to sign him on a permo.
To be honest, when we were bringing in these young players, Sam Greenwood, who's at Preston, Lewis Bate, who's now down in League One, Hjelde, who's at Sunderland now, I think we went about it wrong. I think Bielsa obviously liked the young uns close to the first team and would use them in training and stuff, and obviously they were beasted in training. But I think what we should have done when we bought them is sent them straight out on loan. Wigan were, you know, Joffrey was playing at Wigan and then never played again and came on and at odd minutes in Premier League, odd minutes in Championship, and we just stunted the growth. And I'm happy for Joffrey because, like I say, he's been sat on the sidelines now for a good while. And we got him for next to nothing because obviously it was through Tribunal. I think Wigan obviously had no money and whatnot, it's a shame because he keep getting called like he's the next Rooney because he's Scouse and stocky. That's what it was. You know what I mean? But there were a lot of clubs after him. I'm surprised we got him at the time, but maybe he'll rediscover what everyone was interested in him for. Him
I mean, like I say, I hope it's not that thing where we basically just wear the shop window. Do you know what I mean? I hope that we go in for him, and I hope there's some sort of clause in this loan where we've got first dibs next season if you want to sell.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because there's nothing more hurts than us like him
Oh.
putting a shift in with us, building that relationship, and then like Norwich will just go, yeah, we'll have him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's horrible with a lone player as well, isn't it? Like we had...
mate, Liam Delap. Honestly,
I'm
I'm half tractor boy this season. I mean, they've got half our team from last season, haven't they? But
yeah,
I'm watching them and just seeing how he's flourishing. And you think, bloody hell, in another world he's joined.
yeah. We had it with Ben White, man. Ben White in the Championship
yeah.
that season was unbelievable. And then Brighton wouldn't sell him, and then now he's at Arsenal. You know what I mean? So it's like, fair. Yeah, we had it with Rodon last season. Thankfully, we managed to make him permanent. So we'll see what happens with Solomon.
I was surprised you got him, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly. Apparently, Everton are sniffing round Solomon as well, so we'll have to wait and see. Got to get promoted first, and you'd be led to believe that after a draw against West Brom, that Leeds United are doomed now from a lot of the fan base. But I don't know about you, but I think it's a good point against West Brom. I know obviously Leeds were at home and all that sort of stuff, but they're a good side. Mowbray's a good manager. They played well. They've got some good players. And I just think it was a massive overreaction. It doesn't help when Burnley of Sheffield United have won, but yeah, we've still got 5 points and a massive goal difference over Burnley. So we're still going to be fine. And the mad thing is, for the running now for Leeds, I think we play no one higher than 12th, which is mad. And then
magic, that, isn't it?
Yeah, brilliant.
Same as us, to be fair. We've got like all of the bottom bottom 6 or 7.
Because Sheffield United and Burnley have both got to play Coventry. They've got to. I think one of them's got to play West Brom. They've got to play each other. Sheffield United have got Sheff Wednesday in the Steel City derby. So I'm like, they're going to drop points. And we've got,
You're on the beach.
Yeah, we've got Luton, we've got Oxford, we've got Portsmouth, QPR. We have a shit record against them, mind. But, we finish against Plymouth on final day. Like, you've got to hope Leeds United will be able to do the business. I think, as mad as it sounds, we scored so early, first 10, 15 minutes. It almost felt like the lads thought they had it won. Does that make sense? Because of the form we've been on.
Pants did as well, Joe.
Yeah.
And you know what, though? It's like, you should not be thinking about other teams. You should be. I know Burnley and Sheffield United won in the games, but it's like, you've got to back yourself with what you've got left and stuff. But I think the only thing is just because of last year and the other years, isn't it? That's people are just gonna. That's the thing, isn't it? And that as well. And Portsmouth away is quite a tricky game. Tricky old game, that, mate. Because you won't have been played at Portsmouth for years, will you? When the last time Premier League probably wasn't it? I want to thought. Yeah.
Couldn't even tell you. No. Wow, years.
On a Sunday, honestly, the fans are just treated like dog shit.
I don't. I've heard though they've got a lot of injuries. Portsmouth, I think they've only got a couple of fit defenders. I think Marlon Peck was playing centre back for them at weekend.
Yeah, that Lang as well. He's been massive for them, hasn't he? And he's out for the season now.
Yeah. So I think we should have more than enough.
Have you got a midweek game, you guys, next week? Is it?
Yeah. Millwall.
Right, okay, back again with cup after the cup game. And
DJ Femi's out, unfortunately. Him who scored the goals, the dickhead, because they played. DJ Femi play that track, Leeds are falling apart again. It's like, relax, man. It was cup. Can we talk about that Millwall thing, by the way? Because I've been listening to a lot of the discourse on TalkSport and how Millwall fans are like saying they're against us and all that. The guy nearly took Mateta's head off. And do you know what I thought was quite bad? They actually sang his name on the 8th minute, didn't they? Which why? Like, because
it's the most Millwall thing ever, though, isn't it? It's just Millwall all over.
Crazy, man. Crazy.
It was horrendous, wasn't it, Joe? I mean, that's as bad as I've seen it. Obviously, went back a bit to 80-odd World Cup when it was at Schumacher, that keeper that took. It was horrendous for that, though. But I get you stick up for your teammates and stuff like that. But Alex Neil went embarrassing after the game, mate. I thought it was shit. It just it was really, really bad, and it cost them the game pretty much, didn't it? And that as well. It's like a badge of honour for them and that as well. But
man, for them to sing his name during the 8th minute, like that's what you do when someone's fucking passed away. not because he's took someone's head off and people have been saying we should increase the ban. They're then singing his name. Like, what? I think it's embarrassing.
I'd have been fuming, mate. If I'd have been that way, like I'm thinking,
Yeah.
the game's done at 12:30 or whatever it was, and like they've got a chance, but it's just it was shit. I know Palace and Mill are a bit rival, isn't it now? I think, but But you know what? I know it's not a Palace rivals, what have you, but that Glasgow have done a right job down there, mate.
Yeah.
I thought because like their fans always moan that they don't do all, do they go up or down, but I thought they were in a bit of danger, mate, to be honest with you, a bit early on, and they're flying now, mate. Not really talked about. They play some great football and all, mate. I think for FA Cup they've got half a chance, then, you know.
It's wide open, isn't it, FA Cup?
Wide open. Yeah. I actually like
interesting.
it,
I mean, I hope that Man City get knocked out just for the sake of a bit of variety. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it'd be who do you reckon's going to win it? Villa.
Forest
again.
Forest is a good shout. They're on it, aren't they? This season, they're properly on it.
The thing is, commentators they always say, "Well, anyone doubting the FA Cup magic and all that," but he's definitely not like it was. But them Plymouth scenes when they took it just shows, doesn't it? If you don't think he give a shit, that is incredible. It was unbelievable at that end when they scored. It was absolutely wild. And I think everyone were hoping like neutrals that Plymouth could do it again. But the only thing is like it's awkward now, isn't it, for Plymouth, because again, just like obviously then they bounce back and lose to you, and then all of a sudden that cup thing's a distant memory. Now they're in a big relegation battle. You can kind of see, can't you, why teams sack them. I think it's wrong, but you can kind of see, can't you, that for Plymouth maybe it might not have been. But I think it's all about making memories. Football for me, it just annoys me when people chuck stuff in and not ask and stuff. It's like Man United in this Europa League. It's 0-0 if anyone's watching. But it's like if they win it. It's like win a cup, but they end up 12th. They'll be more pissed off they end up 12th than winning a cup. But the game's different. It's all about where Champions League. And it's like some of that Champions League stuff I think were pretty dull overnight. Madrid derby were all right, but like Liverpool, like.
PSG. Oh, did you not enjoy? I enjoyed PSG Liverpool.
Good game. PSG, they deserve to get knocked out though.
Goalkeeping performance, that Jesus.
Yeah, amazing.
It's just PSG all over to bottle that because they have more than enough opportunity to win that. Yeah. I'll tell you what though, it is an interesting one as well. I saw a report. I mean, I don't want to go away from Championship too much.
It's fine, though.
But
yeah.
What do you call it? Like that offside. That Kvaratskhelia, he had absolutely
man. That was good. You've done well there.
Yeah. He had no advantage on the man. Do you know what I mean? For that goal that was rolled offside, his heel was off, but the one in a foot race towards goal, was he?
No.
I just think it's a bit of especially with the nature of the goal. I get what you mean. It's the offside's meant to be black and white, innit? But it isn't now.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's so unlucky on him.
Yeah, what about that rule change next year? But is it just going to be one of those things that pisses against the wall, mate?
What's that? What rule change is that?
Keeper's got to get rid of it after 8 seconds, otherwise it's a corner. But because how many
times? Give a countdown, aren't they? Refs got a countdown from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So you just see him flop as soon as they get it. It just make me mad. And our keeper's as bad as anyone for time wasting, so I can't say it. But it's like
weren't it 6 minutes before though? But not a corner.
Yeah.
That was
6 minutes.
6 minutes.
That one,
is that what you go to at Ellen Road, is it?
Yeah.
Is that why where you are?
Imagine 6 minutes. Fucking hell.
You know what?
Just take it back to keeper every time, wouldn't you?
Our corners are that bad. Opposition will be just giving it away for us, giving us the corner, like just grabbing on a bit. Keeper, I'm already at 7, 8. Right, okay, I'm another one. I'll catch it. I'm another one. I'll catch it.
So 8 seconds, but I don't know. They'll enforce it for a bit, and then it'll stop getting enforced, man. It's like
but it was the same as the back chatting with the referees, wasn't it? That
was meant to be and then the kicking down the ball away as well. That was like
that's a distant memory.
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, exactly. I remember first time we went in Premier League. Well, most recent time, and it didn't even matter where it touched you on arm, and we ended up losing to Liverpool 3-2 because it hit him here.
Yeah.
And then, like, the week after, they went, we realised that rule's a bit harsh, so we'll change it. And it was like, well, we fucking lost because of it. Yeah,
you've got to keep stuff like that as well. It's just PGMOL all over.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You need to even if the rule's shit, and don't get me wrong, most of theirs are like they're so not obvious to either one answer or the other. but you've got to keep it till the end of the season, because then it's not a level average, is it? Like you, for all you know, you could have stayed up if they hadn't switched that.
It's like bringing in VAR, mate, in the later rounds of the cup. It's not on.
No,
it's not on. Like that Coventry Man United semi-final last year when Coventry it's not on because we haven't had it in the earlier rounds, so it's not like a fair. It only favours the big boys in that respect. I feel. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I shouldn't. Yeah, but Sheffield Wednesday are stinking now, aren't they? 4 defeats out of 5. It feels like he's got his mind elsewhere, Danny Roll, mate. I think.
Well, it said. I don't know if you saw it in the chat. There's a lot of sources now saying that Roll has already. So it was 3 very reliable sources have now told this Chef Wednesday account that Roll has gone. No turning back whatsoever. He has. He's the Southampton manager when they get relegated. He'll remain till the end of the season, but that very much depends on how things play out. A very sad day. One of the best managers in my time. He should have been a legend, but we just don't have the structure in place to reach anyone's goals. So it looks like it said, don't be too despondent. It's not just Danny that's going higher. Watch this space for better news. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's...
disaster for him, that. Disaster big time. He's
big
holding
time.
that club together at a minute. Would you trust Chansiri to pick another manager? Because I wouldn't.
No.
Tim Walter, go on.
They'll probably tumble down and be in a relegation battle next season now.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because
where have we
seen
that
well,
before?
Where have we seen that before?
Yeah. It's mad, isn't it? It's mad.
No.
Yeah, not good.
No, it's bad, but I just think it's Derby next week in it and that as well. But it's like if you're a Wednesday night, obviously you want to get all of them. But yeah, honestly, Sheffield United have done a lot better than I thought. To be honest with you, I know that their summer recruitment were proper. It's proper being decent. To be fair, I've been well impressed with them.
What about, just on that, again, I seen an Athletic piece the other day on it. It might have been yesterday. Just on John Eustace and Derby, he's going to go down, isn't he?
Yeah. But you know what? I think he'll get the next season, obviously. I'm sure on that. But it might not be a bad thing, but I think because he's liked by the fans for when he played there before, I think it's like we can kind of go again and stuff. But obviously, as we're showing in League One and Sunderland before, as Sheffield Wednesday, I've no in and like teams are quite decent and that as well. But it's. Are you surprised, Joe, when they I know there's no love lost between Leeds and Derby, but are you shocked that they're doing as bad as they are? Yeah,
to be honest, I'm surprised. Portsmouth and Oxford are as not comfortable, are they? But I knew Plymouth would be down there just because the Rooney appointment was a bit wild. If we're being totally honest, they struggled last year. But yeah, and Luton and Derby are, I guess, they are surprises. I thought Portsmouth and Oxford would have been down there as well as. But yeah, I don't know. What about yourself? Who do you think's going down? There's 5 points difference between Luton and Cardiff.
That's massive.
I think Derby, Oxford, and I think Oxford are going there. And Luton.
Do you think they'll drop in?
Oxford, yeah, I do.
Really?
Right, you not?
I think Gary Rowett. I think Gary Rowett's got the job in hand.
You reckon?
He's right now.
I think they've obviously that romantic period's gone on it, but I don't think they'll go down.
No. Thing is, you don't want to go down again, right? Though, like obviously you won league, didn't you? In League One, won it 5 years ago.
Oh mate, I'll tell you what. I was saying this to the lads at work the other day. I reckon if we went down, looking at the league of what it could be, we'd break the fucking points record. Like
Honestly,
some of the teams in that league, when we went down last time, I was gutted it was the COVID season because it'd have been a right laugh as well. Just Hull City winning the league and going straight back up, and then it was like normality just continues after a year. Do you know what I mean? And I didn't get to watch any of it. Didn't get to see Hull City lift the trophy.
No, you know what though? I know we've said it's a good manager, whatever, but honestly, we scored our own goals since mid-December, but yeah, we're still 6th place. It just shows you can be absolutely stinking and still have a chance of doing stuff. And you've been pretty crap all season, but even a couple more wins, and all of a sudden,
Yeah, well, we had I remember when we were in League One, we had a bit of a purple.
You were doing crap, weren't you? And then you just had an incredible.
Yeah, we had it. We were at the top for the first 6-7 weeks, and then we had a bit of a naff patch. We went down to about 4th, and then we got it together again, and then we just. I think the biggest worry we had was Lincoln put a little bit of pressure on us for a bit, and that was it.
Yeah,
I think we were done with 4 or 5 games to go as well.
I know I've talked about it before, and every week passing we were getting worse. But when you look what Derby are doing, and
mate, they've got a foot in League One now, haven't they? Yeah. I'd say they're pretty much gone. I know, it can turn so quickly in the Championship because a week and a half ago. There was 1 point in it. Now there's 5 between that bottom 3. But I think Stoke are going to sneak in there, mate.
Who's at Stoke now?
What's he called? Matt Robbins, yeah.
Coventry, yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
I think
maybe they were. Do you think they were right to sack him then? They obviously were, weren't they? Because look at Coventry now under Lampard, 1 loss in 8 or whatever it is.
Yeah. They're insane under Lampard as well. I'm sure you have got very contrasting views to Frank Lampard, Joe. But I absolutely love the way they play, and there's been so much slander over Lampard, over his manager, and he hasn't lit it up everywhere he's gone. But just the way he plays at Coventry, and I think he just knows the players, knows what he's dealing with, knows what he has to do. And the amount they rush into the box, the bodies they get in the box so quickly, I think it's insane. I never really saw Coventry like that.
No, see, I still can't see past Burnley winning it. I know there's still a long way to go. Maybe they get top 2, but I still think it's Leeds, Sheffield United 1 and 2, and then Burnley in 3rd.
Yeah.
And then I just can't see past if Burnley do. Let's say Burnley do get in the playoffs. I know they conceded in the league, didn't they, the other night against Cardiff for the first time in however long, but and obviously they got walloped in the cup, but there was a lot of changes. But
10 goals conceded in 35 games. It's insane.
Mad, isn't it? It's mad.
It's just ridiculous. Yeah, but no, it's always the same then playoffs. It's like, say, West Brom was 6, and where some people I know, Leeds fans, are like, it was incredible. I think it's just modern day football, Joe. I think we should win, and we're winning early doors, and we should go on. But it doesn't work like that. And then, they're a decent side. But I think, it's quite compelling, really, because there's 3 teams that are proper head and shoulders above out in that league, and someone's going to miss out on a decent points tally and that as well. We know the rules at the start of the season, but it's you could have Coventry maybe in there, but again, there's Middlesbrough have been bad, but even if they could get it together, mate, they could.
That's a mad thing. When you're talking about shooting up the league, Middlesbrough went through runs of that, not winning in 5 and that, and now they're only 2 points off the fucking playoffs. It's mad.
What about Blackburn? Do you think they're going to sail out of it?
I think so now, yeah.
Oh, and that as well, losing. But
the thing is, they're hanging on, though, aren't they? They're hanging on.
Yeah.
You might be looking at the top 6.
Their average, and Watford is still there or thereabouts.
Yeah, they are.
Isn't it? It's like Premier League, pretty done and dusted, isn't it? Half of it, but that Championship.
I don't have a clue how Watford are there. I don't know how Watford are still around there because they are stinking shit. One of the ugliest teams. When they play, I don't understand how they're there. And when you look at the results, I swear they don't even win that often. Do you know what I mean? I don't know where these points have come from.
It's a champo. It's absolutely mad.
They pay some money out Watford, though, because you just on fringes of London, aren't they? So everyone, they get a lot of good, over the years, they kind of get some players. But the thing is, if we're being honest, a lot of them teams there that I'd love to have a flirt with, probably not want to get in the Premier League. It's just
no.
Different level and that as well. But next week we need a full team, Joe, because that Sheffield derby needs to be previewed, man.
100% we do. And Hal has promised me he'll be back next week. He will be back next week.
Yeah,
we can talk about this weekend, the midweek games, and then obviously the games coming up that weekend as well.
Yeah.
Ash won't be doing ironing. Hopefully he'll be. Mad
that-
man, isn't he?
You know what? That role thing would be so weird, Joe. If it's announced before, like 2 months before the end of the season, that is out of there. But they're going to have to. Not normally. You've got to move him on early, aren't you? It's going to be weird. That. I don't see how he can stay there. To be honest, mate. Do you?
I mean, it's not been made official. It's just from reports. But who was it I spoke to? Didn't we speak to her? I think I spoke to a Southampton fan before who said that they were getting him. Like, they're very confident that it's done as well from their end. So
I saw some other day saying that there's a clause if a Premier League club to get role has to pay so much, but because they won't be a Premier League club when they officially become a Championship club in July, the compensation will be will be a lot less.
Right, okay.
They've got to wait till it's like official, so they can't go get him now because they can't pay the money. So they've got to wait. So they probably verbally agreed it with Roll, and then when it drops, they'll go
we'll pay it kind of thing. What an idiot that Chansey he is, eh? What an idiot.
There's so much potential there, isn't there?
Yeah.
When you look at it, there's so much just with just a little, like 50% just pumped into it. Do you know what I mean? Instead of just being a knob.
It's like Stadium though. It's just tired and old. There's only any Wednesday nights watching. Even then, agree that needs sorting out, doesn't it? And there's so much. It's just really weird, isn't it? Like, what is it? How many years since they were at Premier League? 25 years or something now. It's a long time, isn't it?
2000 works something like that.
Yeah.
What did you make to the old Club World Cup? $1 billion prize. Oh, it's fucking mad, isn't it?
Different world.
What, Joe?
The Club World Cup.
Oh.
It's 1 billion, isn't it?
Mm.
Is it for the winners or something like that? 1 billion.
Yeah.
Is anyone going to watch another month of football? I just had enough of it. I know.
But that's how they've done it. We'll just throw money at it. Well, if you win it, you get $1 billion or whatever. That's insane, man.
Some of my mates are moaning about halftime. They've announced that the World Cup's
coming. Halftime show.
You're going to have halftime shows, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that kind of stuff goes on now, doesn't it?
Yeah. Like, I wouldn't be completely against it. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't think it matters. Do you know what I mean? Is anyone really involved?
As long as it doesn't extend half time, I don't think
it's
exactly. It's not like anything's going to change. I think people getting upset about it are just people who are upset in general. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But I think like when you look at getting a bill for an absolute nothing tournament, well, it's obviously not, but it's just not. It's not what football's meant to be about, is it?
No, but probably have got different ideas, aren't there, on stuff?
Coldplay in it as well. I think that's who's doing it. Coldplay.
Jeez, you've got to down on it. If they do some of them, although all their songs are like monotone and dull, aren't they?
I know, yeah. Get a bloody fix you and Yellow at your place. When you've just gone the 12th game on the bounce.
Like Crawley just got the 4th couple of weeks bloody out. No, but it's it's just weird. But honestly, once May's done on playoffs and stuff, I'm kind of mentally checked out. So to have a Club World Cup, but to be fair, there's other people who just love football. I think my mum just wants football on every day of month. So she'd be happy to watch. But it's like Champions League and stuff. It seems to be a bit of a. It's been going on forever, this tournament.
Yeah.
I don't think it's got that energy as it had to, Joe, in my opinion. But I don't know. Maybe that business end.
Don't feel like there was that big wait. You know what I mean? You know when it finishes in November and then it starts again at the start of February. You're thinking, God, I can't wait for the Champions League to start again. It's just been going on the whole time, pretty much, hasn't it? And it just it's what's that saying? Absence makes the heart grow fonder. That's what it's like with the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? It's on every week. You just take it as a novelty because it's there.
Yeah. It's like. Madrid derby, it's like that should be something pretty special, but it's like it just feels because Spanish Cup they could meet in finals. So it's another 2 legs.
Yeah, the draws stunk a bit as well, innit? Because I thought like obviously with Atletico and Real Madrid, they're going to be in it every year, pretty much. Aren't they? They're not going to be as worried. But say like Brest, it's massive for them to be there, and for them to have drawn PSG and got knocked out by PSG, it's just boring, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? They could play PSG any month of the year.
Yeah.
It'd be nice for them to get a Real Madrid or a Liverpool or something like that. Yeah. Something for the fans to enjoy.
I was listening to something the other day and they were going, like, they reckon they've engineered the draw so they can try and get an El Clasico final. because they won't meet, will they? I don't know. You never know how they do them fucking draws, do you? But
I won't mind it. If they have, fair enough.
I've not known a player change from bang average to maybe one of the world's best players in Rafinha. I cannot believe
he's never bang average. How dare you?
No, last season for Barcelona, mate, he was pretty crap.
Yeah.
Well, not crap, but pretty average.
He was hot and cold, wasn't he?
Yeah, I thought they were on. But I've never known such a contract. His levels are unbelievable.
They're on about Ballon d'Or, aren't they? They're on about Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, just like he's just carrying it. He's a proper leader now. He really.
I've been on about Ballon d'Or on my TikTok. I've been blowing smoke up his ass all season, and I hate that because he played for Leeds. But
it's mad. It's mad because it's obviously
crazy.
He's arguably one of Leeds' greatest ever players, which is mad when you consider like how long the club's been about. But genuinely,
and obviously the heights that you guys have been at as well.
But he's just phenomenal. It's crazy.
Different, isn't he?
Yeah.
This time last year, if you'd have been, we'd have never heard that chat because he wasn't even playing. He was like sub and it just like comes back.
He got 43 G&A or something like that. I don't know in the chatting.
He just looks like even more ripped than ever and stuff.
Yeah.
They've even
captain as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
No
Brazilians, man, they're passionate, aren't they? He loved Barcelona. I think I don't know if he's but he was growing up. He knew Ronaldinho and all that sort of stuff, and that was always his dream to go there. So, listen, he always comments on Leeds United's posts and that, so that'll do me. That'll do me. We made him, man. That's what I'll say.
Which team in France did he play for, Joe? I forgot.
Fucking
Rennes, the black and red one.
Because it was so funny, right? When we did the announcement, so when he was coming, someone had put on Twitter like "fuck fish and chips," like just hammering the English. Do you know what I mean? And like, and he in French, when you put it from Google Translate, it was something like "fuck fish and chips" or whatever. So when we did the announcement, it was him next to a plate of fish and chips from Gravely's, man. It was fucking brilliant.
Yeah, that shop is top quality, mate.
But yeah, it was so funny seeing this French, like, absolute head loss. And then when you translated it, it was like, fuck fish and chips. It was brilliant. But yeah, unbelievable, man. I think as well, if they win the Champions League, we get 10 million.
Yeah, it was.
You know, as part of it, one of the fucking clauses or whatever.
But like,
so, yeah.
It's like a Barcelona podcast, but like Chesney just coming out of retirement, and then last night he were on fire.
Mad, didn't it? Yeah.
They were garbage at first. They were embarrassing, getting sent off and cocking up. I'm thinking,
I didn't even know he retired.
Yeah, just unbelievable. Because, but yeah, Ter Stegen like injured, but no, it'd be interesting. But Liverpool, man, where they're playing, and Arsenal. Maybe it could be Arsenal's year for Champions League, but
will they play Madrid in the next round? Arsenal.
Is that where it's John? See, that's
I think it's already done.
Yeah.
I think they'll play Real Madrid. They'll get battered by Real Madrid.
Atletico might knock them out though in the second leg. That'd be good next week. But don't need to worry about that in League One. I tell you what, it has massive effects on crowd midweek football though. Some of the tendencies are
so many empty seats at our place on Tuesday. The ultimately count season goals. You don't actually know what attendance is.
Yeah, of course.
But I bet it were 4,000 or 5,000. It were empty. Leighton Orient didn't bring many, so I was trek from London. You're right, it were empty.
I seen a YouTube short by Ben HD. I don't know if you've seen it. The Preston fan, and he did like this. The grounds in terms of which were the ones that were least attended, and like I think Wigan had like 35% only of their ground, filled, and the lowest was Stadium MK at like 29 or something like that, 29%. Over the course of a season.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, man.
Yeah, Wrexham's an interesting one. I did a podcast with a guy last week, and he was saying like their fans booed them off when they got 0-0 against Bolton. He says there's an entitlement now that's unbelievable. But you know what? I can kind of get it because there's so much being pumped into there. There's so much hype. And I know you can say people don't want to know. I've noticed that, Joe, when you get older. Like, but 3 years ago, you were playing, I don't know what, with Barney. Yeah. People don't give a shit about that now. They're not asked. And they'll say, it'll be the same with you, Joe. It'll be like, next season, it'll be like, well, yeah, look, where we've got. People don't want to look where anyone's come from. It's like the here and now, we were shit today, boo, or it's changed so much. And Wrexham, like, because we were saying to them, like, if you'd have finished 8th, they've had like multiple promotions, 8th, start season to be 8th. Now, if they don't, you know, getting them playoffs minimum, it's like it's a bad season. I'm just thinking, what? But football's totally different, isn't it? Like now, can you imagine the meltdown if you didn't get top 2, Joe? It would happen a lot bit, but like,
I think internet hype and all stuff like that's made fans 10 times more fickle as well.
Oh,
yeah,
do you know what I mean? Because like I think this was City as well. Like we, at the end of the day, we're where we are because we're shit. It's not because we're like there's no other factor, but because of last season. Same as what you say. We'd have 0-0s and we're shit at home. I'd take a point at home. Do you know what I mean? And the players are still getting booed off and our captain's getting dug out and stuff like that. And they're not really... We're just there because we're not very good. And we had loads of... We had a completely different 11 last season. Do you know what I mean? And people forget that.
Yeah. No, the memories are short. But like, obviously, Joe, you do all your stuff. But back in the day, with like message boards, wasn't it? And then now all of a sudden, like eruption on YouTube's and obviously we're as bad doing our podcasts and whatever and stuff as well.
Drama sells, man, doesn't it? Drama and fucking, I don't know, like everything's either amazing or everything.
Yeah,
what a crisis! And it's like
that's what I mean. Like your Joe last week, Joe. That's like a solid result, but it isn't because he took lead and then other 2 have won. So it's like all of a sudden. I saw something today. It's like the clickbait bollocks. It was like saying. David Prutton must have, I haven't clicked on it, but David Prutton must be saying Leeds are not going to beat Portsmouth or something like that. Just David Prutton, worrying news for Leeds fans. It's like, Jesus, guys, what does that matter? Like, but there'll be people, oh my God, like, what if we lose this?
Mate, honestly, like, I tell people this all the time because I actually, I forget the name of the site now, but once, what they would do, right, is pay £50 for half an hour of time, right? And then they will ask you, say, 8 questions in that time, and you will just say the answer. And then they create a news article on the back of that, and then they'll bang it out. Leeds YouTuber says X, Y, Z. So when you see these pieces where it goes, Danny Mills or Paul Robinson, that's who they always pull out for Leeds United. Michael Brown.
Yeah.
I just know that them clickbait sites have paid, they won't pay them £50 for an hour, you know what I mean? They'll probably pay them more, but they'll pay them and then they'll just go on and they'll go, right, okay, Leeds have been linked to this player, what do you think? And then it'll be like, Carlton Palmer says they should never sign. And you're like, first, there you go, Tom Walton's just seen it there. So Carlton Palmer will get asked a question, he's never fucking seen Louis Barry play. What? And he'll go, yeah, that's not the right signing. You just know they're being sat down for half an hour, paid £100 or whatever, and said, right, we're going to ask you these questions. And then they just clip it up into fucking. I'm
going to say ours is also Carlton Palmer and Ray Parlour.
Yeah.
God, Ray Parlour loves talking a bit of nonsense.
Yeah, it's mad.
What will he know about championship and that? Ray Parlour, it's just like. No, it's like Derby. They'll something about Derby, won't they? Like, they're a big club and they get 30,000 every week and they should be there. And it's like, man, you don't even know any players at all. It's like, it is bonkers and stuff. But there's so many people like just love all that kind of stuff. I think it's just a weird world that way. I can't imagine players watch this stuff. Surely they can't. You'd switch off from it, wouldn't you? Or do the same? Because like Instagram and Twitter and stuff that. Like, players don't seem to interact much with any of that now. It's hardly. And why would you, though, if you're just getting abused on it all the time and stuff?
Yeah.
It's a shame, really. But, just must be TikTok. You've got to lead us down the TikTok route, mate.
I know, yeah. I'll pioneer it. Don't worry, mate.
Yeah, my singing on today, I think, bloody hell, my
Right, boys, let's finish up with some score predictions for our games at the weekend. I can't believe we've managed to squeeze 55 minutes out.
Yeah, I was thinking after 20 minutes we're struggling. It's like what Jim
Yeah, we're there. We need a full house, don't we? I did find a Barnsley. Someone put me onto a Barnsley fan as well, so I'm going to reach out to them and see if I can get them on.
Internet at Barnsley. Go on.
Leeds United play Portsmouth. I do think they might score, but I do think we'll win. So I'm going to go for a 2-1. Leeds United win down at Fratton Park. Ryan, what about Hull?
I'm gonna hope that we take I say good form, our win into the weekend, and I'm gonna hope that Bristol have an off day. I'm gonna say 2-1.
2-1, nice. Matt.
Wrexham are going to be on it. It'll be a horrible game down at their place because they'll just grind it out. I do think we'll probably score. I think it'll be 2-1. I think it'll be dirty and horrible. I think they'll sneak it 2-1. I think.
They're going to win, are they? 2-1?
I think so, yeah.
Hopefully you win, mate. I want Evans to start banging the drum for playoffs again today. Cossey, Huddersfield.
Yeah, we played at Bristol, so I echo what Tom said there. Bristol need to have an off day, but the Rovers as well. But God, the injury crowd. I think we need to win. I think we'll scrape by on this one, to be fair. I think we'll win 2-1 and then, we play at home next week. So that's the problem. But no, it's time to deliver, mate. I think 12 games left. I think we need to win half of them to get in, and will we? Don't know. It just feels like it's not going to happen, but we will see, mate.
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Folks, make sure you check out these amazing channels. We've got to Hull and back. He takes that chance. A New York talk. We will be joined next week as well by both Sheffield clubs because it's a Steel City derby next Sunday, so we'll all be looking forward to that. Thanks for tuning into this. Tomorrow, press conference reaction and preview, and then the game day, Saturday, Sunday. So I will see you all there. Make sure you check everyone out, and we'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye, folks. Enjoy your evening.